Amazon just released their latest quarterly figures and it was a mostly beat across the board, and that's why the stock at the time of making this video is up 5.4%, which means we're going to go back over $2 trillion in market cap year to date. Before the 5.5%, stock was already up 22.68% year to date. Amazon still proving that bigger can become bigger and probably will stay that way. The next Amazon is probably Amazon. You're going to see the various segments, advertising, AWS, and even third-party seller services still growing quite nicely. Cash from operations, free cash flow, all trending in the right direction. So without wasting too much of your time, one, Intel's video earnings is already up, so that will be in the top right corner. Two, hit that subscribe button. And three, if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So let's start with the major overview here, brought to you by Consensus Gurus. Great follow on X. So mostly beats across the board. 4 misses here. 3 misses for the quarter, a small miss for AWS by 0.2%, then a miss on gross margin by 47 basis points, and one on operating cash flow by 12.9%. As for Q4 guidance, revenue missed by 0.7%, not so much, and the rest here pretty good. Operating income beat by 3.4% and operating margin beat by 39 basis points. All in all, a pretty good quarter. Revenue came in at $158.8 million, beat the numbers by 1%. North America beat it by 0.3%, international by 3.8%. So again, very, very good quarter. There were some expectations that this was going to come a little bit lower, but clearly not an issue. Operating income increased 55.6% year over year, came in at $17.41 billion, beat the consensus numbers by 18.2%. Operating margin beat the consensus numbers by 159 basis points, and that's up 314 basis points year over year to reach 11%. So again, just showing you that yes, sometimes it's okay to stick with the big guys because the big guys just keep getting better and better. And so first I want to start off by showing you this beautiful thing. This is the free cash flow reconciliation, unfortunately just the trailing 12 months one. So you see operating cash flow, Q3 2023, $71.65 billion. We're now at $112.70 billion trailing 12 months operating cash flow. Then as for free cash flow, also trailing 12 months, $47.74 billion. Same quarter last year, that was, well, $21.43 billion, so more than doubled year over year on a trailing 12 months basis. And this is probably the most important part, right? Because operating cash flow has been positive for a long, long time. Free cash flow, no, but it has been just, I think, over a year or so where you are seeing the profitability side of the business, and it doesn't really hurt the overall business, right? Yes, online stores increasing 7% year over year. Okay, it's the biggest part, right? But it's the one that is probably growing the slowest along with physical store. But as we've been saying for a long, long time, the faster growing segments are also the segments with higher margins. What am I talking about? Well, third-party seller services increased 10% year over year. Advertising services increased 19% year over year to now $14.33 billion in revenue just from advertising services. Subscription services up 11% year over year to $11.27 billion. Then you've got the big one here, AWS, growing 19% year over year to $27.45 billion. And I mean, if we look at AWS and we zoom out a little bit, just like Google Cloud, just like Microsoft Azure, this is just a beautiful business to have and a beautiful graph to look at. This comes from mainstream data. They usually update the numbers, the charts pretty quickly during the earnings season. So if you want to try that out, I have a link down in the description and in the pinned comment. If we then look at the other segments, for example, advertising, online, and third-party seller services, still all growing. Of course, you see one quarter where things are much better than before. That's the Q4 quarter. Q4 usually a pretty strong quarter for Amazon and plenty of other e-commerce and advertising companies. But here, again, you can see the growth in those businesses visualized and actually showing you that, yeah, Amazon was big already in 2021, 2022, but apparently it can become even bigger and more profitable. Looking at operating income for sales international and North America. For international, that was $1.3 billion, and for North America, up 31% to reach $5.66 billion. If we look at AWS, that has improved by 50% year over year to now $10.44 billion of operating income for AWS. I mean, amazing business to have. If we look at sales in North America and international, North America increased by 9% year over year to reach $95.9 billion, internationally growing 12% year over year to $35.8 billion. Now looking at what the analysts are expecting for revenue and free cash flow growth for the coming fiscal years. Well, for fiscal 2024, revenue $635.56 billion, free cash flow, $53.89 billion, probably on the trailing 12-month basis. Then you've got revenue for fiscal 25, over $704 billion. Fiscal year 2026, closing in on that $800 billion in revenue. I mean, probably by the end of this decade, it's going to be the first company generating $1 trillion in revenue. Truly, truly remarkable. And so right now we can see that we are going to probably make our way back towards that all-time highest, which we'll reach here at the start of July, just over $200. Currently, that red candle is from the weekly. We were, before the earnings report, we were just under the 20-day moving average, above the 50-day one, which actually rebounded on top of it for actually the last couple of weeks. So, okay, quite interesting. But now I would assume this stock wants to try and get above that $200 line. The 200-day moving average sits at $175.55. RSI right now, I would say it's neutral, but if we continue like this, if we open tomorrow 5-6% in the green, then I would say that RSI will start to jump up and the momentum should continue. Last thing here, the current average analyst price target before they start updating tomorrow sits 18.63% higher than the price we're at today. It sits at $221. So overall, what do you think about Amazon? I think that Amazon is becoming a better company. The more it grows, the more profitable it becomes, the better it will be. And to be honest, as shareholders, we are not even getting any buybacks just yet. I think buybacks will get announced probably sometimes in 2025. So overall, that's about it for me in this video. Share your thoughts and comment down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all of that, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.